So we already read our poem, Tuning Up for Outer Space. We've been talking about our vocabulary, and Miss Walters has already gone through and circled our vocabulary words. So when we read it again, we can focus on the words. Okay? So let's read it. Tuning up for outer space. The sun is in the sky. The sun is in the sky. Hot and bright, it gives us light. The sun is in the sky. Now these three right here talk about the sun. Now we know that the sun is the source of heat and light for the planets. Okay? So it's right, it gives us, it's hot and it's bright and it gives us light. So this goes along with our definition. Okay? The moon is in the sky. The moon is in the sky. Around and round the earth it goes. The moon is in the sky. Let's talk about the moon real quick. So the moon orbits around the sun, and our poem talks about how it goes around the earth. The earth also goes around the sun, so they go around the sun together. It is the round planet that shines at night. Now we keep hearing this word planet. We heard it in sun and we heard it in moon. Now we have our definition down here. It says that planets are bodies of gas or dirt that orbits the sun and make up the solar system. We also heard the word orbits and moon in our definition for moon. An orbit means to circle around an object in a set path. So we have our moon, okay, and it orbits our Earth, which is the planet we live on. Remember, our planet is a body of gas or dirt, and we also have water on our planet. So the moon circles the Earth, and the Earth and the moon orbit the sun. Okay? Let's move on. The stars are in the sky. The stars are in the sky. Twinkly bright, they shine at night. The stars are in the sky. So our definition for stars is balls of gas that shine at night. Okay, so we've talked about our sun, we talked about our moon, we talked about our stars, we talked about what planets were, we talked about what it meant to orbit. Now we see right here, outer space. What do you think outer space means? Good, outer space is the area that's beyond our atmosphere, beyond our Earth. And so another word for outer space is solar system. The solar system is the home of the planets and stars, as well as the moon and the sun. Now we know that the sun, as we read in our book the other week, that the sun is also a star, right? The moon and earth are the planets. Good. Now this is a poem. We talked about poems and how they're laid out. So let's look back and see that a verse is a line in a poem. So let's see how many verses we have in this poem. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 verses in this poem. Okay? And poems are a type of poetry. Poetry are words spoken in some type of rhythm. Now let's look at the rhythms of this one. The sun is in the sky. The sun is in the sky. Hot and bright, it gives us light. The sun is in the sky. See, it kind of bounces. That's our rhythm. It's, it kind of bounces like this when we go about it. And that same rhythm is carried out through the rest of it. Now, something else I want to talk with y'all about is words that end in "ite." We've been looking at the ending of words and how we find them. So let's look. "Ite." "Ite" is spelled I-G-H-T. So let's find words that end in "ite." Now Ms. Walters has gone through and underlined some of the words that end in "ite." Let's see if we can find them. Okay, good. We have bright in verse 2. Bright. B-R-I-G-H-T. Bright. Bright. In the same verse, in verse 2, remember verse is a line in a poem, is light. 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 Underline our I-G-H-T. Do we see another one? Okay. And we see bright again. Good. We see bright. And bright is B-R-I-G-H-T. There's one more left in here. Good. Night. Night. What shines at night? Good. The stars and the moon shine at night. Let's think about how these shine at night. We see another I-G-H-T word, bright here. But what do these words mean? Twinkly bright. Twinkly bright. They shine at night. So we're talking about the stars and how they shine at night. And you know, we think about songs like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So what does it mean to twinkle? Twinkle means to kind of shimmer or shake. It looks like it's shaking in the sky. And so it's twinkly bright. It's almost like a little light, flashing on and off. Okay, so that's twinkly bright. Good. Now let's look at our vocabulary words again, see if we can find any more words in our vocabulary words. So we already have, you know, in sun, we talk about the light. We have light right here. Light. Night. Okay, night again. Okay, it looks like we don't have any more "ite" words in our vocabulary. So what are some other words that you can think of that might end in "ite"? Okay, think about your senses. We have our touch. Okay, remember you touch with your hands and your feet and anytime on your skin. Your hearing, you hear with your ears. Your tasting with your mouth. Your smelling with your nose. What about your eyes? What do your eyes do? Your eyes see. Okay, so that's using our sight. Sight. Okay, there's another I-G-H-T word. Another "ite" word. What are some other words then that might rhyme or end with I-G-H-T? You said bite. See, that's a good word because it does rhyme with light and night and sight and bright. But bite is spelled B-I-T-E. So it's not the same ending, but it sounds like it. So that was a good word. Good job. Okay. So what about might? Do you think might ends in I-G-H-T? Yes, might does spell in M-I-G-H-T, might. So, use this word in a sentence for you. I might let you out to recess early today. I might go over the poem again. I might have you do something together in pairs later. So that's a word that ends with might. Can we think of any other words that end with I-G-H-T? So we have, you know, bright, which is bright, bright, light, light, night, night, sight, sight, and might, might. Good, now these are our I-G-H-T words. So we're focusing on the I, the G, the H, and the T. Okay, all right. Now, in your groups in a minute, I'm going to have you get together and use "ite" words. Use your vocabulary words and think about this poem. So in this poem, we talked about how the sun is in the sky, it's hot and it's bright, and it gives us light. The moon is also in the sky, and it orbits around the earth. Remember, orbit means to circle around an object in a set path. Okay? We also have the stars. The stars are also in the sky, and they twinkle bright, and they also shine at night. So thinking about these, what else shines at night? What else is in the sky? Thinking back to our vocabulary words. Good, the planets. Planets. Remember, planets are bodies of gas or dirt, or in the case our planet, water, that orbits the sun and make up their solar system. So what I want you to do in your pairs is I want you to get together using our vocabulary words. You don't have to use verse or poetry. That's something you need to keep in mind when you're making your poem. How many verses you have, making sure it keeps with the rhythm. And I want you to talk about other things that are in the sky. So when we talk about your planets, I want you to write 3. Okay, 3 verses. Okay, or talk about 3 verses, get together. Because remember, we have each time something is talked about, some 3 verses right here. And I want you to use your "ite" words. See if you can come up with any more "ite" words to use in your poem. To use in your illustration, you can write a poem, you can draw a picture, as long as you label everything and you have everything. You're using your vocabulary words and you're using your "ite" words, okay? So I'm going to move your "ite" words to the side over here. And we're going to talk so that you can kind of see your poem and your vocabulary words, okay? We're going to make sure you have your vocabulary words and you finish your poem, okay? Is everybody clear? Okay, get into your groups and I'll come around and make sure everybody's doing what they need to do.